another episode of Sound Talk Show. Today, the topic, no topic, random. So you ask questions and I will answer. Meanwhile, I'm going to work on my Emacs website. I mean, not just Emacs, but on my website. So, what I need to do, there's tons of things to do. So let's do, one of the things I want to do is write an Emacs program that will move a HTML block of text to another page with all the relative links fixed. Okay, so let's define the name. Move HTML text block. Let's just say that. Okay, on the pink window is all my command calls and keystrokes as I type. For example, delete, paste, copy, paste, undo. You can see all the command names and keystrokes on the left. I'm using Soundfly keys, of course. These fantastic Soundfly keys. You can get it on GitHub. And the most efficient key binding for Emacs. And I'm using a Dvorak keyboard layout. So for example, go to keyboard blog and go to layout. Design keyboard special keys layout. So you can see there is the Dvorak layout. Fantastic. Okay, so remember random topic. Okay, so you ask questions and meanwhile, I work on my website. Good afternoon. Hello, Step Flat. Step Flat, where were you from? And have I asked you that question before? And hello, Dave. So by the way, this is red wine. Let's see. So this is red wine with pineapple juice. Fantastic. And my keyboard, this is Ultimate Hacking Keyboard, fantastic. I use it as a keyboard marker, so I got 60 keyboard markers or something, 62 or something. This is Ultimate Hacking Keyboard. This is Glove 80 keyboard, my main drive now, fantastic. And this is Nulia Ep563, I believe. I talked about 3 videos ago, and this is Logitech 502, I think, G502. So that's my keyboard, and I want to mention this again. I'm still working on it. So this is Svalbard, SVALBOARD. This is the most fancy extreme keyboard. Search for it, you'll see my review and other people's information about it. So yeah, let's go back to Emacs Lisp Coding. Again, ask questions, okay? So let's, right now I want to write this command. Okay, so documentation. Current buffer to next with all relative link fixed. Now this is a very useful command. Date. Why is it useful? For example, you see I have a, so let's go to Sound Talk Show. I work on HTML. There are 10,000 HTML files. So for example, I want to, let's say, go to my blog, programming blog. Let's say I want to move, so there's an article about ripgrab, which I did a live stream about issues of ripgrab, and this is the creator of ripgrab. So I want to move this, this block of text into, let's say, Sound Talk Show. So let's see, let's go to Sound Talk Show, and today's talk show showing browser. So I want to move this block of text into here. Now, if I just copy it, it won't work. For example, I go here, you see this, I press a key to copy and delete it, undo. So you can see the command in the pink window, that is XR Smart Delete. Let me try that again. You see my cursor is here, press one key, E on WYSIWYG, and that whole HTML element is removed and copied. Okay, undo. Now I move the cursor to this XR Talk Show panel, paste it. You see? Fantastic. The most supreme efficiency in Emacs. Showing browser, you see the rip grab link is there, but if you click it, file not found. Why is that? The reason is because, in HTML you have relative links. So this rip grab is in this directory, which is XRD info comp, while the XR Talk Show dire jump, go to the top, is in XR info talk show directory. So the talk show directory do not have a file of rip grab. So to properly link this rip grab file, what you have to do is so I want to make link of this file. You press a key to copy the URL full path. So you can see the command is XR HTML extract URL. So now I move the cursor back here to the XR Talk Show. You can see the name is right here. Enter, paste. Okay, so you got the full path. Now you can link it. Link and make it a list showing browser. There it is. So now you click it, it is the correct link. So instead of doing all these steps manually, I would like just to, like press a key and we'll move the current text block to the other pane, and with all the relative links fixed. Okay, so let's show. Okay, so delete that, showing browser. Okay, now go back to so we are starting, we are going to code. Hello, so again, ask your questions, okay? Ask your questions and I'll answer. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna work on my stuff, okay? So, as my Emacs blog, lots of updates, tons every day. So let's work on this command. Move HTML text block, okay? Now let's go back here, programming block, close, showing browser. Yeah, today's talk show. So now I already have a command that will turn all links in a text block so that all the local links, the relative file links, will become full path. Okay, so let me show you. So for example, let's copy that, let's paste it here. So you see, this is a text block containing a link. Now I press this key, bam, bam, bam. You see, the file path now becomes full path, absolute path. But actually, this is actually the format for local URL. So you have file : // So now if you show in browser, that link still works. This is the complexity of URL. So I mean, why do you use this URL local URL format instead of just, let's say, instead of just, the file full path? Well, if you use file full path, it does not work. You see, click, it doesn't work. So in HTML, if you have a local file and if you want the absolute path, you need to add this file : //. That's the URL format. Okay, showing browser again. Click, it works. Go back. Okay, so I have a command. So let's undo. You see, originally it looks like that. Now I press a key, all links become full path links in the current text block. Okay, that's fantastic. Now I can cut this and move to some other HTML and paste it. Then I call another command. Then all the full path URL will become relative links. So let me do that. Press, press, press. You see? Fantastic. And you can see the command is there. XAR HTML local links to relative path. And then you also have XAR HTML local links to full path. Okay, all those are XAR HTML major mod. Okay, so you have to pay to get it, because after 15 years working in open source, you don't get money, you die of hunger, and you become the worst part is you become tech support. Like every day people will just like, how do you do this? Oh, this one is this command is wrong. You need to, can you fix it? Yeah, and they act as compatriots. It's like they are helping you or something. So for 15 years, about 15 years, I've been doing tech support, and some of them will start to argue. This part is actually, you should write it this way, because it's better. You don't know how to code. They full of arguments. So anyway, so let's write. So yeah. So now we have the two commands. So let's split the buffer. Let me just work this. So all I really want to do is I want to call these two commands. So one of them is that. Okay, here is the documentation. Here's a command name. The other one is describe key, press. Okay, the other one is this one, copy. And so these two commands, that's essentially what I need. Okay, HTML local links to full path. Okay, so let's look at the documentation again, so you can actually jump to the source code. Local links to full path, the path. Okay, change your local relative links to full paths in current block or selection. Okay. So you see, we are writing this new command, and it will be using these two commands. Okay, but one thing you need to do is, you see this command right now, we are trying to call this command to change all local file path to full path, but this command does not specify a beginning position and end position, which we do need. So I think the first step is to modify this command. Let's see. So this command just assume the current block of text or selection. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll change it. Cheers. Okay, so first job is to modify this command so it takes a beginning and end position. Describe command, describe function, show the documentation, press tab to it, jump to the source code. So here is the code. We need to modify this so that, okay, new buffer, paste it, save as a temp file, xx today's date and the command name .el. Okay, we're gonna work on this. So we're gonna add HTML local link to full path. Okay, so you need an optional argument that is begin, end. Okay, that's the Emacs convention. You have a beginning and end position. Just work, if those arguments are given, just work on those region. So we just added that, and so when you are calling this command interactively, that is metax, then you add this argument yourself. Okay, so let's do that. So now you need begin here, and you need a value for those. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Okay, so actually interactive, let's make it let's create a let block. Okay, then put it here. Okay, so therefore you can have local variables. Then let's copy that. We want local variables xp1, xp2 for beginning for position 1 and 2. Hello Light on Twitter, on x.com. Again, you have a questions, random questions, ask me. Otherwise, I'm coding this. Okay, so you got 2 positions local variable, and in fact, I got this super convenient code. Let me just copy that. Let's see. Get position of block or so yeah. So set. So the interactive block means that if you are calling this function via metax, like interactively, then it will call this part of code interactive to fill out the arguments, this part automatically. Okay, so that's what we are doing here. So sequence set q, that's a new command in the past 5 years or so. So we got get position of block or selection. That's what this command do. It's in it's not in Wolfram language mod. Okay, so it's in XAR utilities. Okay, so you can find it on my website. But let's see. Yeah, so here's the source code. Pretty short, but the actual util, actually you can find it in this XAR Emacs Lisp util. No, actually not there. It's actually in this file, XAR get things. Okay, so you can show in browser, you can actually download it. So the code is here. So this XAR get things will allow you to get the boundary of the current word, the current line, the current region, block, or if there's already a selection, then grab the selection. If not, then the current word or whatever. So these are the functions provided, and the code is here. Okay. Hello Hank. Why is Emacs self-documentation not sold as AI? Well, Emacs proclaims that it is a self-documenting editor. Okay, so you see the extensible self-documenting text editor. Now, this makes sense in the context of 1970s and 1980s, because back then there's nothing like Emacs. In fact, Emacs is the first editor where when you type, you see what you are typing, like something. This is called WYSIWYG. What you see is called what you see is what you get. Okay, it's a new buffer. Let's magnify to see the full glory of this thing. WYSIWYG, you can look up, it's on Wikipedia. So it means what you see is what you get. So back in the in late 1970s and 80s. There's no editor like that. So you have instead you have like the VI, where do I have VI installed? I'm not sure. So let's check. Get command vim. Do I have VI GCM neo vim? Okay, I don't think I have VI installed. But back then, what you do is you type a key to call a command, then you type the text you want to insert, then you type another command that tells the screen, okay, do it. Then the screen updates. You have, like basically just like VI. So it's very cumbersome. So Emacs is the first editor in 1978, 76, 1980, that has this, type and see it as you go, on the fly. So, this is a bit history. So that's the context. Then, but besides that, you see, it also calls itself self-documenting editor. Why is that? Because back then, again, Emacs, it created lots of new concepts that today we take for granted, such as copy and paste. That's one of them. Emacs begin it, more or less. Okay, so copy and paste. Emacs begin it, and type as you go. See what you typed. And one of them is called self-documenting. What does that mean? That means every function, every command has a documentation, like as part of the function. Like for example, I want to paste, right? Okay, let's see. Well, anyway, the point is that every function, you have a documentation that comes with the function, as you code. So you can look up, for example, I want to look up this command. I call describe function, type the command name, and enter. Then here is the documentation for that command. So basically, every command in Emacs, by default, you have 1,200 commands also. They all have documentation that tells you what this command do. So this is also new. The first, Emacs is the first to do this. You see, today it's very common. For example, let's go to Python. Okay, today it's very common to see function with documentation. For example, do we have a what? Not here. Py. For example, let's say this here. This is a Python code. And you can see here we define a function, and here's the documentation docstring for this function. You see, and this is in every language today. And Emacs begin it. So Emacs made a lot of innovations. So anyway, so back to Emacs. So that's why, let's see, let's go back to let's go back to the Emacs documentation. Control HI. So tab, go to Emacs documentation. So that's why Emacs says self-documenting editor. That's a very advanced idea. Also customizable, extensible. So it's advanced in the sense of 1980. Okay, so that's a Emacs tradition. To this day, it still says this, but every editor, every editor today is basically extensible, customizable, self-documenting. Okay, like VS Code, and so on. But anyway, the Emacs is the first. Emacs 1985, but actually it began earlier. So that is why it says self-documenting. Okay. So it is not really AI I mean, it's advanced, but it's not really AI. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, let's go back to, I'm feeling a bit the effect of the drink. Let's go back to what we want to do. Do I make sense? Anyone comments, questions? Okay. So we need to code this interactive to give arguments. So the beginning position will be xp1 and end position will be xp2. Okay, because we call this function will return the beginning and end position if there is a selection. Like right now there's a selection, then it returns this point and this point. If there's no selection, it will return the current text block, which is defined by basically empty lines. So for example, if we add empty lines here and we add empty lines here, and this is the current text block. Okay, so if you make a selection, it'll return the selection's boundary. If not, if there's no selection, it'll return the text block. Okay, very convenient. So the value is xp1, xp2 position. And then all you have to do, and let's reformat, and then you just return this. So this default directory is the current directory, xp1, xp2. So that is the argument feed to this function. When you call this function, when you call this function by metax, okay? Okay, so we added that. Let's see what else. So change the version date, okay, to today. I think that's it. I don't even need to test it because the code is very simple. I know what I'm doing. So that's it. Okay, now I want to cut this, go back to where that file came from. So describe function, that function, so it's in here. So this is the original code. Now cut, swap back here, paste, then cut the new one back to there, paste. So there we have updated this function. Okay, save it, make a backup. Okay, go to diet, byte compile, yes. Oh, okay, unused lexical argument. Oh shit. Oh yeah, we forgot there's something else we need to do. So one of the advantage of byte compile Emacs Lisp file is that it can catch errors. Okay, like right now. Okay, so we go back to it. There's something else we need to do. So because right now this begin and end is not used, so we need to make use of it. Okay, so let's see, we have to say if not begin, if begin is nil. Okay, so if begin is nil and end is nil, then we set them. Okay, otherwise we just set okay, so you see, let xp1, xp2. Now if the beginning and end position is not given, then you set them. Otherwise, you just set them to begin and end when it's given. So now the xp1, xp2 is our begin and end. Okay, so far so good. Okay, sounds good. Now make a backup, drop to dire directory, dire jump, and compile, byte compile the code. Yes, no error. Fantastic. Open the byte compiled file, delete it because usually I don't need it. You know, usually byte compiled Emacs Lisp file is about 6 times faster when you load it or when you run it. So it's slightly faster, but you know, usually it's not noticeable unless your code is really large. You know, usually it's recommended you byte compile your Emacs Lisp files. So anyway, so we have updated this function to allow the option begin end. Fantastic. Okay, so let's see, do we need to modify the documentation, change your local relative links to okay, I think that's good. Fantastic. Eval the buffer, close it. Now this is, you know, the original, we don't need. Close it. Socket thing, close it. Okay, now back here. So now we can call this command and we can give it xp1 begin. You know, we can give it 2 positions, but actually first of all you need a directory. So anyway, we are calling this command. So let's so we need 2 variables. So these 2 variables is like the beginning and end position we want our command to work on. So let's document it. Move a HTML text block from current buffer to next buffer with all relative link fixed. Okay. Text block or selection. Okay, in current buffer. Okay, that's what we want. It's a bit long for the first sentence. By convention, the documentation, the first sentence should be within 76 count of characters. But okay, we'll fix it later. So anyway, so let's see. So we need, let's add options. Okay. Okay, I feel slightly drunk. Local links to full path. Okay, so local, let's just get it to work, then we'll do some fix or whatever later. Then you call other window. Okay, so other window moves your cursor to the next pane. Okay, so other window count. So okay, you move to the other window, then you paste. Okay, then you save excursion narrow to region. Point. If you have questions, ask it. Okay, otherwise I'm just gonna code it because this takes, you know, a few minutes to explain. So save restrictions. Now this is in a new buffer. I mean, in a new pane. You move the cursor to there, then you narrow to region of the current point, then you want to paste. Okay, so so you actually need to grab it first. So we do need position 1, position 2, 2 positions, local variable, and okay, so from mod, that's not what we want. Let's look up, let's get a code. It's kind of like that. So that's right. So you do that, and then so that sets xp1 and xp2. Then you call this, okay, so then you call this command. Okay, but before you do that, you need to narrow to region, because every time you change some text in a region, the endpoint boundary also changes. So God, I'm slightly drunk now. Okay, so let's see, save restriction, then do that, then you do point min, point max, okay, then you do, then what you do is you want to grab the whole thing. So let's make a new variable, x text, okay, block, okay, so let's just say text. Okay, so x, so then you buffer string. Okay, so you set x text equals to basically this whole thing, something like that. Okay, so you instead of, so you want buffer string, let's look up the documentation. Buffer string return the contents of the buffer as a string. Yeah, so that's what you want. Okay, so this will change all the local links and return the text. Not really, something. Okay, so we want to delete and kill region. Emacs Lisp. Chris says, in one of your 2002 blog posts, you mentioned wanting to teach your grandchildren something. Do you still plan to have grandchildren? I don't remember what's that post. 2002 and grandchildren. Yeah, I don't remember what post is that. Do I still wish to have grandchildren? Well, I don't have children at all, so I wish to have children. Do I wish to have children? Yes. But right now, my wife is old, so it happens my wife is like my age, 50 something, so she cannot have children. So it's a problem, I need to get a blonde. I need to fuck a blonde. So right now, I'm not sure how is that gonna happen. But, I keep my hopes up. I need to talk to wife, she says, you can't afford to survive for yourself. So if I win the lottery, then I'll get a I'll get, I'll fuck around and get children from. Yeah, I would like to have children. You see, time is getting tight. A few more years I probably won't be able to, but I can still right now. So let's go to Emacs Lisp. There's something I need to look up. Shit, I'm a bit dizzy. So, but I'm gonna finish this. Yes. What am I doing? So I need to get. Oh yeah, delete region and copy. So you go to Emacs Lisp. Emacs Lisp. Move cursor, search text editing, mark and region, copy paste, and work with lines. What? Move cursor, text editing. Okay. Insert, no. Delete text, yes. Delete region, yes. That's what we want. But we want this: delete and extract region. Okay. So it's the proper name is delete and extract region. There it is. Fantastic. Okay, so delete and extract region, what we want. Yeah, so point min and point max. Okay, I think that's, so we don't need buffer substring. Let's see. Let's think. Make sure, this is one-shot coding. No trial and error, because I know, I've been coding Emacs Lisp for 15 or 20 years. 20 years by now, 18 years. So I know what I'm doing. So you change that, then you just delete the whole thing. Yeah, but actually you don't need it. Oh yeah, you need to, yeah, you need to delete it, not just get it. Yeah, okay. So delete and extract region. Fantastic. Beautiful quote from you. Okay. So it says, I want to be able to show my rants to my grandkids when I'm 100, perhaps winning their smiles. Okay. That rings a bell, but I don't remember exactly what's the context. Because I have been, blogging for 25 years, but I can find that quote right away. Now I hope that's not, I hope that's a, let's see. Okay, not here. Xali.org. Not there. What? Where did you find that? Wait, it should be here. So not there neither. Bottom of page. What? Oh, okay, so there it is. Oh, it's I see. It's one of the rants I've written in, in those news groups. So there it is. So if you show the page, that Unix plain text email fetish, yeah, okay, so it's from one of the rant. It's not, it's a rant against the Unix fuckheads written in year 2002. So I can tell you what, I can tell you about this rant. Basically, you see the Unix people, they have a plain text obsession, because the Unix philosophy or whatever that is, it's not really a philosophy, but the Unix code, it's essentially a code. They think that everything should be text only. That's what this rant is about. Today you may not know this much as much, but Unix is basically became Linux, right? But today this notion you don't see it much because today it's like fucking ridiculous. It's idiotic extreme. If someone says everything should be text, because if everything should be text, we don't have live streams, we don't have videos, but understand back then in year even 2002, a lot of it's almost like the most of the programmers, the Unix, the elite type of programmers, they harbor this thought. For example, if you send an email, if you contain an image in an email, they get annoyed. They think you are an idiot. If you are grandma, if you are mom and pop, maybe they don't complain. But if you are a programmer, you send an email with an image in it, they get annoyed. They say, this idiot, fucking idiot, because in their mind, everything should be just plain text. That's what Unix is about. I mean, that's how incredible, extreme, fucking code. They don't even know, they have no idea. So, you can read this rant. So, because I have a lot of details about, the technology, 240, 2400 baud rate modem, modem and, all the, you get to see what the internet or the web is like back in year 2002. What are people thinking? Okay. So, but anyway, the heart of it is that in year 2000, a lot of programmers still think that everything should be text, and they don't like decoration. They don't like Microsoft Word. They don't like bold. If you make something bold, they hate it. Unless it's marked up like a text. Let me actually. You see, so this formatting all in one line is the formatting I use. But now there's another thing I do is I make them, each line is a sentence. Okay, so I just press a key and each line become a sentence. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, that's what this article is about. Now, as far as that sentence is concerned, I said, I want to be able to show my rants to my grandkids when I'm 100, perhaps winning their smiles. That's just troll, okay? That's just taunting these Unix fuckheads, okay? The lines here at the bottom. It doesn't really actually mean much. I mean, it's just a part of the creative writing, okay? Today's Zoomers, they have no idea. They don't know how to write. They can't even write 1, 2, formal, well-contained, meaningful sentences. That's today's Zoomer fuckheads. It has become so bad. Like today's people, like you can see in Xar Discord, they don't even know how to write, 2 or 3 coherent sentences together. A lot of them, all they do is just meme and whatever, like they don't know how to express, so is that really true? Actually, that's actually kind of true. So it's kind of really it is actually true, though, although people do, I mean, don't think of any conspiracy theory about this, okay? It's not, it's not like, oh, everything is this way or whatever. People today's people, Zoomers, they are actually smarter because you have, Wikipedia, you can know a lot of things, but they also are lazier. And, so this good and bad. But one of the things is, it is true that today's Zoomer, let me be specific, let's say today's people, young people among, let's say, age 16 to 25 in USA, okay, they their writing abilities and their reading comprehension abilities is much worse than 20 years ago, okay, when, for example, when this article is written. So anyway, so what was I saying? So they, they can write, okay. So yeah, oh yeah. So the reason I mentioned it because this sentence, the punchline in a sense. I want to be able to show my rants to my grandkids when I'm 100, perhaps winning their smiles. That's like a punchline to a creative writing. Okay, so I was saying today's Zoomers, they don't even know writing, less creative writing. Like what the fuck that is that? And they don't care. That's the thing about them. They just go to Twitter and you know how it is. Like I can show you right away. You go to almost random Twitter, like this one. Who posted this? It's just like this fucking trash. The fucking Zoomers, idiots. And okay, this is a new post, so you don't have replies yet. Okay, but you just go to, like, you can click it, like click like it's just all drama and trash. And look at, let's see some. Okay, this account don't have much replies, but you know what I'm talking about. You go to Twitter, not just Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, any almost just any so-called social media. You look at the replies, it's like all one bunch of trash. One sentence, they can't make one even coherent sentence, and oftentimes it doesn't mean it. It's hard to find what to tell what they means, and or meme and jargons. They can't write English properly. So anyway, that's, yeah, I guess that's the about that passage. About the Unix, the Unix fuckheads with their plain text. Imagine, truly imagine in year 2002, these people, they don't want images in email or it's really, that's their mindset. So this here you have a collection of articles about these Unix people. Today they become Linux, okay, they become Linux people, but it's still pretty much the same. But some of the extreme idiocy is less perceived by the Linux people. For example, today's the Linux people, they would say they would go for the circless, circless.com, those Unix tradition extreme idiocies. Okay, so anyway, that's about that. Copy that, close, go to talk show, and let's paste the link back to talk show. So let's paste the link here, delete that showing browser, there it is. And now we can go back to whatever we were coding. Okay, that's a big digression, but so I already forgot where we were. So we were writing this. Okay, this can be done in 5 more minutes. So let's continue. So we got that. Then go to other window. Then do that. And actually, you don't even need actually. Oh, you need. Okay, you need. Then just paste. Okay. So let's see. Okay, then you just yank, okay. Yank means paste, okay, so let's go see. Yank or yank pop, I don't know. So go to XAR HTML, XAR Emacs. Go to Emacs tutorial and go to Emacs Lisp tutorial, and there is a section on copy and cut, and so in order to paste, what you have the command name to call is yank. Okay, yeah, just yank. Okay, so you paste, the wait, no, not yank. Okay, so you actually, because we have this X text here, so we do insert. Okay, so we insert that text, then we need to select all that text and change the relative links back to relative. Okay, so we need to call this command, but however, like before, this command doesn't take a region beginning and region end, so we need to add that. Okay, let's add that quickly. Options begin end. Okay, so we got options, so it's okay, let me just code quickly. Okay, so code quickly. Okay, that and that and okay, so then okay, so then that. Okay, then we need to, so we need to add the same thing like here. This block of text, we need to put it here. Yeah, so instead of that, you do that. Okay, so actually what you can do, let's be creative. Okay, set them show you. Okay, so that. Okay, so you see, let me show you. So set q, set these two variables. Now if there's no beginning and end, they are not given, not defined, then you call this command, which will return the beginning and end positions of a selection if there's a selection, otherwise just the text block beginning and end. Okay, but if begin end is given, then just return a vector, so that will become the value of xp1, xp2. Okay, so I think that's it, and change the version date, eval the buffer, go to make a backup, go to the diet, byte compile it. Okay, compile, no problem, delete it. Okay, now close that. So now this function can take a begin and end position. Let's do it. So first of all is the directory, then begin and end position will be, okay, point minimum and point maximum. Okay, yep, I think that's it. That's our command. The fruit of our command. Okay, it's this. Any questions? Okay, I think that's it for our command. Let's double check one last time, and we can run it one shot, it will work. Okay, so move HTML text block from one panel to the other and change all relative links in the text block if there's no selection, otherwise do the selection. Okay, so we grab the selection or the text block. Okay, we get their beginning and positions, then we set the text to be narrow to region, we call this the default directory, the current directory, point min, point max, yeah, and delete and extract, and we delete them. Okay, that's right. Okay, then that is saved to xtext. Okay, then we switch to the other panel, then we narrow to region at the current cursor position, then we insert the text, then we call this, from the beginning and end position, so that all full file path becomes relative links. Fantastic. Okay, let's eval the buffer. Okay, so now Emacs knows this command. Let's put it back. Syntax correct, showing HTML. Fantastic. That's our talk show today. That's our code. But now let's try it. Okay, so let's try it. So we want to, let's say, okay, so actually we have a link here. Yeah, the Unix resource. You see, we got a link there. Let's split the pane, split the panel, and let's go to Emacs block. Okay, so showing browser, this panel is Emacs block. So now I'm just going to call the command, so this block will be moved here with the correct URL. But actually in this case it doesn't work, because in this case the same URL will work. For example, I paste it there. Oh, okay, so we can actually, it doesn't work, so we can try it here. Okay, so now let's call the command. So what's the command? html move, was it the block, what was our name? move HTML. Okay, so let's do it again. move HTML, do it. Okay, wrong type argument, integer or marker, begin. Okay, something wrong. Okay, so let's pop it out. Something is wrong. Now where does that came from? I don't know. So okay, now so let's call this command toggle debug on error. Okay, and let's do it again. So this is Emacs block, and let's call it move HTML text, do it. Okay, so now we know. So the last command code is narrow to region, save restriction. Okay, where is this? Okay, so local links to full path. Okay, that is where the error came from. HTML local links to full path. Oh, okay, I think we forgot to set this, that's why. Okay, so let's go back to our code. This one, describe function, jump to the source code, and what? Let's try and call this command eval region, eval buffer, so Emacs knows. Let's just try. Okay, so yeah, it's that command is wrong. Save restriction. then narrow to region. Okay, something is wrong there. Let's look at the command. Oh, this is incorrect. This needs to, because if you use a vector, the values are not evaluated. Okay, so instead of that, you need to say vector. Okay, like that. Yeah. Okay, and so there, and actually let's transform this. So let me show you. Let's transform this block to this form. Okay, set yeah, so we transform that block to this one. This is statistically better because in the outset we know we are setting a variable. So we want to set the variable xp, xp1, xp2 by either that or that. Okay, yeah. Okay, delete this. Okay, and eval the buffer. Now, of course, there's also here you need to do here. So yeah, this begin end. Wait, this begin end needs to be a vector. Okay, so that it will actually evaluate the arguments. Okay, eval the buffer. Now go back here. What is this? This is the Emacs block. Okay. Now go back to the talk show there. Okay, so here is a talk show. Now we call the command. It should move this block to here with the proper relative link. Okay, do it. Do it. Fantastic. You see, now you got 2 ... there. You see, we can actually call it again and you'll move back here. Let's try. Meta-X move HTML text block. Do it. Fantastic. Do it again. Fantastic. Perfect. Perfect for the day. That concludes today's Agile's workout. So how long have I been talking? Oh, 70 minutes. I suppose nobody's watching. 9 people. Wow, pretty. It's quiet 9 people. Okay, but however, we did work on this. So now let's clean up. Here's the code. Pop it back. Show the pink window. Go back. Syntax correct. Hello Geo, no. Show in browser. Today's fruit is this code. Took us 1 hour. Usually I can code this in about 20 minutes, but when you are talking and doing live streams, so it takes longer. So that's good. That's what I need. So because I write everything in HTML manually, so constantly I need to move one paragraph of text from one page to another, and you need to get all the links inside fixed. So now I can easily do that. Fantastic. Before today, I would have to manually call this to change all the links to full path first, then cut, then move, then paste, then change them back. to relative link, but now it's one shot. Plus, we improved both of these commands. Let's see. We improved the command so that you can code them in Lisp and give a begin end position. Now, if you are calling it manually, like meta-x, then this interactive section takes care of it. Fantastic. Okay, I think that's it for today. That's good. Thank you, guys. Bye, guys. Of course, you can buy my Emacs tutorial. Just go to xali.code, xali.info, and you can buy my Emacs tutorial, the best tutorial. Let's see, where is the link? There it is. Buy Emacs tutorial. Okay, and actually I need to increase the price. By the way, not many people buy it because everything I have is free online. Why do you have to pay? Because you are beautiful. But most people don't, and so you can buy my Emacs tutorial, and also this JavaScript in depth is great. So you can you buy it, then the link is here, buy JavaScript in depth. So you get the whole thing, about 600 pages. So you have all JavaScript references, to support me if you like my stuff. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. We shut down in 1 minute. Yeah. So we got this code, yes. Okay, I need to git commit. Okay, then we got, what is this, Emacs blog, close this arrow. Xal Talk Show, that's today. Okay, then yeah, okay, bye.